Okay, so I should be streaming, and I want to say hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream, and I hope you're all having a good day so far. And welcome back to the video if you're watching this afterwards on YouTube. So, yeah, thank you. So, last we left off, I had just finished doing the Clockwork Age. Now I'm working on. Hold on here. Make sure my back door's closed so no noises. um. Okay. So now we should be working on the ship. Okay, I think we found that book before. And, let's see here. What's the name of this? Let me use the lantern here, or as I like to call the flashlight. Move that off the table so it's not being picked up by the mic. I'm sorry if you just heard a vibration. That was my phone. I think it was this one, right? Let me just flip through really quickly. It looks like it. I'm going to read that here in a second. Just to make sure, check on a few things, so... Okay, let's begin. It's been a while since I've heard... make sure I'm on the beginning page. It's been a while since I have heard only silence, and I've only enjoyed it greatly. I think for some reason I do not feel another welcome. I do not feel an altogether welcome in this world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in the age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think, uh, but I think I have, but I think I have yet to ever write in my journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hills where I am standing, I can see green fields billowing along with a few scattered forests. Sorry. A rather large lake looms some distance from where am standing. Yet yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh and the sky is sparkling with white clouds. It is obviously breathtaking, and yet that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I have imagined. It's almost like my skin and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Tonight has almost I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived and the sunset is spectacular. Orange and red have oranges and reds. I swear, this is gonna help. I swear, doing these games again is gonna help me start reading out loud. It helped me learn how to read better, but just reading out loud sometimes sucks. I can speak out loud, no problem, but reading out loud sometimes just sucks. But I'll get better. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizons and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling, and I am beginning to believe, is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to the unexpected natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. It was an awakening by terrible shaking in the ground and explosions on the sides of me. Oh, on all sides of me. Uh, actually, I was. It was an. It was an awakened by terrible shaking in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were flying from the sky, and immediately I felt in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one I left here has been destroyed or damaged. That's a little scary, so I might link here, and the book might not be there. That's a little disconcerting. Hmm. I have returned to a I have returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been terraformed into a barren desert land with only giant craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hills where I spent the first night remained exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of a mist in the midst, not amidst. I need to stop trying to add words. My brain does that to me. The falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which at least which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw only my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I'm assuming the falling meteors created this lake due to its calculated shape and the jagged rocks that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest the the rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers to the ears, sounds, uh, much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, to be to do beautiful and to find. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that that I immediately dipped my head into a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breeze had returned, along with the low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly, the ground began to crack, and a huge chasm opened up. The chasm, the chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then, then tu- the the tunnel subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I've decided, however, I can I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Huh. Looks like he drew a diagram of something that he could use to gather heat. Looks like a fan of some sort. Hmm. Even as the chasm has Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of the world, even even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system. It will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It also appears that I checked on or it is also important that I check on Sirius and Aknar and make sure everything is going along well when I return. I also hope to bring some tools I will need I will need for some of my plans to explore the underground. That the ambience of raw materials here the the ambience of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I I assumed I would have to return for some basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have the most of the additions to this age complete within 1 year. It is so I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. Actually, kind of me here too. I actually love working with my hands. I actually do a lot of part-time work as a gardener, helping out a gardener. No, it's really fun. I also did construction for a long time, so I also write, which I don't think anyone wants to read anything I write. I have bad grammar, so I begin today on the bridge and something alt. Okay. Um, the magnificent something will work. The magnificent load will work well, and I have decided to blank. Huh. 3 meters is not enough support for the beam, though. It something almost seems like secure, amazingly strong. The ship, I'm guessing, has to be one of the most surprising inventions. I'm experimenting. I'm assuming he's experimenting with something. Could never have imagined it to come together quite as probably as well. I doubt I could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. Completely fatigued, I am so happy to have completed tomorrow, huh? I am leaving today in order to bring back Sirius and Aknar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. We were just there. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. This the age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteors set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust. But the tremors, that's probably that word that was earlier that I couldn't read right, was probably tremors. Small enough, now it's bigger. But the tremors have become fewer, or have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from various pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Huh, yeah. Kind of noticed that, Atreus. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes into another journal, and I don't understand the many mysteries of this world, but I must trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have I have a feeling too many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries, and take pride in my accomplishments. What's this? Is that something I'm gonna need to take a picture of? I'm assuming that's something I'm gonna need to take a picture of. So I'm gonna take a picture of it. Okay. Looks like a map of the island. And oh, okay. I clicked on another book on accident. That's the end of the book. So, yeah. That seems about it. So, that might be the key to get into the ship or do something. So let's find out. Oh, we're on the wrong way. See, SerTek, you're screwing things up again. Just know how to screw things up without trying, don't you? So, according to the keyboard that was in there, in the book, it looks like I need to hit and does that have to translate to here? Whoa, 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 that was creepy. Okay, I'm assuming I have to match these from what I was in the book. Let's match the first one. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Do I have that right? Do I have that right? Do I have the first one right? Or does that sound higher? Does that sound higher than this one? Yeah, wait, hold on, let's go here. Let's go back. Okay, I'll stop messing around now. I'll stop messing around. That's something that I used to do on here because I got stuck on this puzzle for a while because I ended up learning how to play a piano because of this game. So that sounds like what I actually have it on, which I don't need to have that on that, right? So let's go here, and I think I had this up on the wrong tune, just to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's close enough for right now. Move on to the next one, which would be 2, which is all the way over here. Yeah, it's over here. It'd be that one. So that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. This is the correct one. Okay. So yeah, this is annoying, by the way. This part of the game can be annoying. And I don't think I have that in the correct spot. Okay, I probably have that way too high now. Each of those little spots are... Huh. That's all right. 3 would be the one right next to this right here. Would be this. Okay, so it's just gotta be a little higher, I'm assuming, than that. So. And 4. I did 3. No, 4. I probably have it so totally wrong. So let's see here. 4 would be this one. It's off the tone. Okay, here. Huh. If only, right? And 5 was lower than 1. Remember correctly. 5 was that one. So it was lower than 1. And I'm assuming I have it wrong. So, um, so 1. So I probably have 2 way too high then. I don't blame anyone for turning down the sound on this one. I really don't. I'm gonna check on something really quickly. Okay, at that point, it's actually been a half an hour. So I'm actually going to take a quick break. And, so yeah, I'll take a quick break. Let's go back over here until you guys can just take a look at this, and I will be right back as soon as I can. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream right now, and I'm gonna restart it here in a minute. This episode's gonna be a half an hour long now, so yeah.